As I said, shout out stupid stuff time is over. Anybody else have any final thoughts? Anything random, weird, yell out at me? You guys ready to start the skater portion? I know you're going to like this next guy. He is straight out of the nursing home. We're going to make some noise for Arthur Belkind.
Hi, everybody. Hi. I've got to tell you, I'm really excited to be here tonight. Actually, I'm excited to be anywhere tonight. I want to start off by thanking you all for coming out. You know, your support's incredibly important to all of us, and I know you must be pretty nervous. You know, it's not easy being an audience. I know, I understand that. And I'm going to try to work with you tonight, and we'll try to get through it. I know it's a big responsibility. There's a lot of pressure, and if you get too nervous, all you have to do is just think of me naked. But I know from some kind of experience that one of the biggest nightmares that an audience can have in a comedy show is you all have to be terrified of being the only one to laugh. If that happens, you're kind of out there on an island. There's not much we can do for you. Actually, you're probably going to be abused for the rest of the evening. That's a tough one. The other part of that, the other side, is to be the only one not to laugh. What the audience, the rest of the audience won't notice that. You'll know it, and you'll be thinking to yourself, what the fuck's wrong with me? Why didn't I laugh? So I know it's a big responsibility. I know you guys want to do well. You want me to come back and see you again. So we'll get through this together. And here's the plan. I skip the jokes. You go right to the laughter. And I can get the hell out of here and go home to bed where I belong. At my age, I should be doing lie down, not stand up. If anyone has a chance of dying up here tonight, you're looking at me. I'm so old. I remember when the Dead Sea was sick. I remember rainbows when they were black and white. And how's this? I remember Preparation A. I've seen Halley's Comet 27 times. I was actually part of the audience when Moses came down from the mountain. That was a hell of a show. And I was in the audience for the David and Goliath fight also. I'm so old, I can actually remember when the Congress did something. That was a long time ago. I gotta tell you, I don't get mad easily. I don't care if you're red, I don't care if you're blue, or anything in between. Those assholes in Congress have done nothing for years. And whether we agree with it or not, at least the states have tried to do something. You know, some of them passed laws legalizing gay marriage, and others passed laws legalizing marijuana. Not everybody agrees with it, especially the religious right. But that's kind of confusing to me because if you look at the Bible, in Leviticus, it clearly states, if a man layeth with another man, they shall be stoned. We don't look at the Bible enough. You know, the first mention of PMS is in the Bible. Mary rode Joseph's ass all the way to Belkind. Another thing that ticks me off is remakes of classic movies. You know, like The Wizard of Oz. What's the purpose? Now, I went back and I watched it again a couple of weeks ago, and I couldn't help but thinking when I was watching Dorothy that if she were alive today and she were to encounter men that didn't have brains or hearts or balls, she wouldn't be in Oz, she'd be standing right in the middle of the halls of Congress. It's a nightmare. And the first thing that happens when you get there is somebody orders you to take off your shoes and your hat and your belt and your jacket, empty your pockets, take out your computer, and this is a thief in the parking lot. The part that upsets me the most is about the shoes. That we have to take our shoes off because of that moron shoe bomber? Why couldn't it have been a bra bomber? Then you get into the airport and there's security. TSA. These are the most inept human beings in the place. Am I right? And you know, the sad part is there's absolutely nothing they can do to get better. And once you're inept, you can't become inept. We have strange words like that in the language. Have you ever been disgruntled? We all have. Ever been gruntled? I've been overwhelmed. I've been underwhelmed. Ever been whelmed? I think I was at a concert in the 70s, but I digress. Getting back to our friends at TSA, at least the authorities here in Phoenix have just done something. You know, a lot of these characters were reported for being overly aggressive, groping and fondling, and they just transferred a couple of them to another parish. One of the disadvantages of age, of course, is health and deteriorating health. And unfortunately, that's been happening to me a bit, to the point now where I start to need parts. I could use a hip, I could use a knee, and the worst part about getting old is I've outlived my penis. And you can't get away from it. Every 20 seconds on television there's a commercial for erectile dysfunction. Men, is there one of you in the audience who's actually going to call your doctor if you have an erection that lasts 4 hours? Are you kidding me? I would call every woman I've ever known. Or girlfriends, they'd never let us call. But then it doesn't stop. I go on my computer, and there all I get is messages every 20 seconds for enlargement and enhancement. So, you know, I said, what the hell, I'll give it a shot. So I sent away for one of these products, not expecting anything. I got it, and it worked. It was a magnifying glass. Let me tell you, don't take it outside and try to use it in the sun. The next thing that goes is the prostate. We've all heard the analogies of my prostate is as big as a grapefruit, you know, or a watermelon. And to me, that doesn't conjure up a very good picture. To me, it's more like when I sit on the toilet, my balls become tea bags. You're not going to like them all. It doesn't stop there. I go to the dentist, and he tells me I have to have some wisdom teeth put in. Then my eyes start to go. I wore glasses for 55 years. I go to the doctor. He tells me, it's not your vision. You have cataracts. You have to have surgery. So I go, I have the surgery. They give me a patch, they give me the black thing. I go home, the next day I wake up, go outside, take off the patch, and it's a miracle. I can see Sheriff Joe and Governor Brewer patrolling the border in Mexico, but I still can't see my own penis. One of the good things about age, though, is it gives you some time. And I've spent some time recently trying to get answers to questions that I've been asking over my lifetime. And I thought maybe I'd share some of them with you tonight. If you choke a Smurf, what color do they turn? I've never been able to figure that out. And do you think the guy that invented the vibrator heard a voice that said, if you build it, they will come? Do you have to have one leg to work at IHOP? deaf people to sign with their mouths full. So what you do, I'm afraid about this next one. I can never figure out, how the hell do blind people know when to stop wiping? Here's what I actually got the answer to. I always wondered what happens to foreskins after men are circumcised. And I'm sure you guys have thought about it all the time. We talk about it around the breakfast table. And I did find out the answer. The foreskins are sent to seminaries all around the country. They're planted, they're watered, they're cultured, they're nurtured. And when they grow up, they become politicians. Thank you very much. He's also an attorney, and his jeans are a lot newer and cleaner than mine. That scores.